What's up, fam? Candace Parker here. I'm gonna do a tier ranking of WNBA players. Caitlin Clark is at an A level. Angel Reese, I put her right at that C level.
How many times have I said Angel Reese is not an impact player?
Candace Parker just shook the internet with a bold take that had Angel Reese's fan base in absolute chaos. The WNBA icon placed Reese in the C tier of her player rankings. And let's just say, fans did not take it well. But instead of walking it back, Parker stood firm, backing her opinion with facts that poke serious holes in the hype surrounding Reese.
It's not that she's going against Angel Reese. I think that she's just telling the truth.
While Reese racks up double-doubles, the reality is harder to ignore. Her team keeps stacking losses. And when you actually look at the numbers people keep praising, you'll start to question everything you've been told about her impact.
She definitely has an impact on losing, but Angel Reese has absolutely no effect on winning.
Before we start, drop CC is great in the comments. And just when people thought things couldn't get any messier, Candace Parker dropped her full tier list, and boom, the internet exploded. We're talking about someone who's not just a legend, but one of the sharpest minds in the game.
I think in terms of being above, you have to be able to have the ability to carry a team, be a 1 or 2 option. I think Angel Reese is fantastic at her role, which is offensive rebounding.
But Parker didn't just drop the ranking and walk away. She explained exactly why Reese landed where she did. In her eyes, if you want to be placed higher, you've got to be the kind of player who can lead, someone who can carry a team, not just contribute here and there. Sure, she gave Reese credit for her hustle on the boards. No one's denying the rebounding effort, but Parker was clear. That's a role player skill, not franchise player material.
Now, if you guys think that Angel Reese can go on any team and be a tier A or a tier S type of player, then you guys are sadly delusional.
Meanwhile, names like Aja Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Brianna Stewart were chilling in the top S tier, the real game changers. Caitlin Clark, she landed in A tier, and even that came with the note that she's just getting started. Reese, though, she was grouped with the ones still trying to figure it out.
Uh-oh, Candace Parker. You've upset the Reese's Pieces, and they're not happy about it. They're gonna be coming after you any second. Oh, they're already coming after you. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Candace Parker asked to put certain players in a tier list. You have the S tier, you have the A tier, you have the B tier, and you have the C tier. And where Candace Parker put Angel Reese on this list and her explanation about it, it has upset a large number of the Reese's Pieces delegation.
The second that C tier label hit the internet, Reese's fans were all over social media, calling Candace a hater and accusing her of being jealous or biased. They couldn't believe their double-double queen got ranked below players they felt hadn't done nearly as much. The backlash got loud fast. Everyone wanted answers. But Candace, she didn't flinch.
Or the Chicago Sky promote her, or they post like a 10-point, 9-point game and a double-double, making history left and right. Real basketball players know that that shit just doesn't matter.
But then came the Minnesota Lynx game, and that's when everything cracked wide open. 9 turnovers. Not just a rough game, this was a full-on unraveling. All season, folks had been hinting at it, like something didn't quite add up beneath the double-double highlights, and that night, it all came to the surface.
Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed.
Let's call it what it was, chaos. Early on, Chicago was right there in the mix, scrapping, staying within reach. But then Angel Reese started throwing the ball around like it was hot lava. Wild passes, rushed decisions. It was like she hit panic mode the moment pressure came her way, and the Lynx didn't even have to dig deep.
Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop, yo.
What made it worse? These weren't forced turnovers from elite traps or brilliant schemes. These were self-inflicted wounds, sloppy footwork, basic travel calls, passes that sailed straight into the crowd or hit teammates in the ankles. It was the kind of stuff you expect from a rookie in their first week, not from someone the media keeps calling a future face of the league.
Hold on, look at the no-look pass. All right. Y'all have to accept the fact this girl is not Alyssa Thomas. Can y'all just stop playing games now? This girl is not Alyssa Thomas. Y'all, Foulon, y'all been turnover police.
And here's where it really turned. Coaches around the league started studying that meltdown like it was a tutorial. They figured out something key. You don't need to stop Reese's rebounding. You just have to bait her into decision-making mode. Force the ball into her hands, pressure her just a little, and boom, possession gone.
Angel Reese was back to doing Angel Reese things, blowing layups, getting her own rebounds. They turned her into a point forward. She had 9 turnovers last night. I think her plus minus was minus 19. But all we keep hearing about, she now has 2 double-double streaks.
It wasn't a one-time thing either. That 9 turnover disaster was just the loudest example of what had been a quiet issue all along. See, Reese's stat sheet always looks loud. 15 boards here, a few putbacks there. But behind the curtain, the Sky kept losing games they had no business losing. Why? Because they couldn't trust their star to hold onto the ball. Possession after possession vanished, not from lack of hustle, but from careless, avoidable errors. And maybe the most frustrating part? The coaching staff kept sugarcoating it, kept pointing at her rebounding numbers like they were blind to everything else. Meanwhile, teams were licking their chops, designing plays just to expose her. Chicago didn't adjust, and the losses just kept stacking. That Lynx game became the breaking point, not just because of the score, but because it forced a bigger question out into the open, one that no one wanted to ask. What actually happens when Angel Reese plays less? Turns out the answer isn't flattering. The numbers are brutal. When Reese plays under 30 minutes, the Sky win more. The offense flows better, ball movement improves, other players step up, the whole team just looks cleaner, less frantic, like a real unit instead of a one-player highlight reel, with chaos swirling around her. And that's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say out loud. The more you center the offense around Angel Reese, the worse the Sky perform. It's not about hate, it's about impact. And all the rebounds in the world can't fix a game if the ball keeps ending up in the other team's hands. And that's where everything really flips. Because this whole pattern, it completely shatters the mainstream narrative that Angel Reese is somehow the key to Chicago's success. The media keeps hyping her up like her double-doubles are untouchable proof of value, but the actual win-loss record tells a totally different story. In fact, it's not just that the Sky survive when she plays less, Denny. They actually thrive. Look at the games where Reese sat more or got benched. Suddenly, the ball started moving. Other players stepped up with confidence. The offense looked smoother. The chaos settled. Chicago didn't just play better, they looked like a real team, not one constantly scrambling to clean up after sloppy mistakes. That kind of shift doesn't happen by accident. And when you start comparing how the team functions with Reese versus without her, things get uncomfortable. It forces you to ask, is Chicago making basketball decisions to win, or are they just trying to protect the Reese brand? Because based on how things have played out, it sure feels like they're more concerned about keeping her image intact than fixing the actual problem. Let's talk facts. In the past year, the Sky have only beaten one team with a winning record. 1. Meanwhile, they've been on the wrong end of multiple 40-point blowouts, and guess who was right in the middle of most of them? Yep, Reese. Her rebounding numbers were there, but so were the turnovers, the stalled possessions, and the poor spacing. What we're witnessing isn't just one player struggling, it's a league-level problem. The WNBA tried to create a rivalry between Reese and Clark to boost ratings. But let's be real, that only works when both sides bring legit game-changing talent. And right now, only one of them is actually lifting her team. Clark has shown what real impact looks like. She's made her teammates better. She's changed the way Indiana plays. She's changed the way the league plays. Meanwhile, Chicago's stuck trying to sell us a highlight reel that doesn't lead to wins. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Candace Parker's blunt take cracked the door open, and now everyone's stepping through. Analysts, fans, even casual viewers. They're starting to see the truth. Reese's numbers don't mean winning, and more people are finally calling that out. Indiana's building something real around Clark, Boston, Hull, and Mitchell. That squad has actual playoff potential. While Chicago, they're still stuck in the same cycle, asking the same question, can we really win like this? So if you've been paying attention, if you've seen what Candace saw, if you're done being fooled by flashy box scores, then drop CC is great in the comments to let the world know you get it. Like the video, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and click the next one on your screen. You won't want to miss what's coming next.